Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Gemini, you guys got the crone. I feel like with the crone coming out, this is kind of a confirmation that your intuition is on point and that your higher self has been guiding you this entire time, and that you should listen to yourself more often, right? So don't stop doubting yourself. I feel like doubting yourself really kind of tells your higher self that you don't trust it. You know what I mean? I think this is an energy of, trusting, and it's in yourself. It's believing in yourself, whether that be like having more confidence or just having more confidence in your abilities and your gifts, right? Sometimes, we're given something special and we don't really know why why we're giving it, but we're all unique and we're all different in our own way. And I feel like there's something here that maybe has been telling you or pushing you in a certain direction. And I think it's time to kind of like take heed, right? Like start listening to that, because that's what's going to lead you, I feel like, to the true abundance. So yeah, Gemini, that's what I'm getting. Like, trust yourself at this time. Have more confidence in yourself. So let's pull some cards, Gemini. So Gemini, I don't even feel like I have to really clarify in this read, because I feel like the message is really simple. You guys have to start showing more trust in yourself and more loyalty to yourself, right? There's a lot of feelings that you get and emotions that you get, and I feel like it's trying to lead you in the right direction. So when you have like a gut feeling that something's not right for you, I feel like you might try to force it. Same as like when something's good for you, right? And you try to force running away from it, right? Like there's so many things in this life that I feel like you're so on point with. Like if you would just trust yourself and you would just listen to your gut, like your own guidance, like you don't need to ask anyone for advice. That's what I'm getting. Like you ask a lot of people for advice out of like maybe fear or out of the fact that you don't trust yourself. And what I'm getting with this is like, you know better than anyone else what the answer is. Like I feel like if I had to ask anybody, I would ask Gemini at this time. And what I'm getting with this is like, I think the last thing that you need to really work on is that trust and that confidence in yourself, right? It feels kind of like a solar chakra thing here, Gemini, where it's like believe in yourself, trust yourself, you have that confidence within yourself to know that you are leading yourself in the right direction, that you do know what's best for you. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like you get guided to go away from something and you try to force it. And I feel like that's just, something that sometimes we act in that way because, we think like we can help people who can't really be helped. That's what I'm getting. Like sometimes there's just people that, you want to push your energy towards, even though they're kind of putting up a boundary and you keep pushing. I feel like the energy is like not to push anymore, not to force anything, just let things flow. And if you do that with having confidence and trust in yourself, you're going to be unstoppable. Like I feel like there's somebody here who, if you have had this feeling that like something's coming for you, it is coming for you. We have the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups out here. I don't want to pull cards on who this is because I kind of want this to be a surprise. I feel like you might even know who this is, but I'm not going to tell you because I feel like you already know who it is. And if you don't know who it is and it's someone new, you already know that this new love coming up for you is something that you've been manifesting and it's coming, right? So I don't have to tell you. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you know more than even me sometimes. So it's like, I shouldn't have to tell you, but what's the problem? The real problem here is that you don't have that trust and confidence in yourself. Stop asking people for help. Stop asking people for advice. You know better than them, I'm telling you. You really do. And I feel like that's the only thing blocking you at this time. The only thing left, like the last piece to this freaking puzzle, is you. You having more trust and confidence in yourself. You having more faith in yourself. Like Gemini, you're so freaking gifted. You're so intuitive. You don't need anybody else's advice. You don't. I'm seeing here that I think your emotions, they play a big role and maybe leading you astray sometimes, and maybe leading you in the right direction other times. So how do I mean this? Sometimes our emotions, right, for a person, let's say we really love a person, but we know they're not good for us. You don't need someone else to tell you that that person's not good. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you already know if this person's a good person or not. You have a very strong inner compass, Gemini. So you don't need to ask anybody. And sometimes you know that like love can lead you in the wrong direction if you're not careful. So Gemini, don't let your love for someone be a block anymore, right? Don't let someone else's advice also be a block to you. Let's just say you follow someone else's advice, but you know that they're wrong, right? Like, why would you do that? Another thing I'm getting is like, why would you put confidence in someone who you really can't trust, but you love, but you can't trust them? Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways that you could like read this with the emotions and the 5 of Wands, but I feel like once you're able to, I feel like for a lot of you in the past, this used to be a problem, right? You acting maybe more like reacting instead of like thinking something through. So, you know, you have a lot of love for someone, you go towards them, but you know that they're not any good for you, right? That's probably been the major block in your life. You know, you running towards people who you already know are no good. So again, that's like you telling your higher self, I'm like distrusting your higher self, because your higher self is telling you don't go near that person. But I think that's what the big problem here is, emotions, right? Like, you have a lot of love for people, and that sometimes is a higher thing than the logic, right? So it's kind of like an imbalance between the cup and the sword, and that's exactly what I'm getting here, right? Cup and sword energy. There's an imbalance here between the cup and the sword, because you have a lot of love for people and you want to move towards them because you have a lot of love, and you're like, maybe my love can save them, or maybe my love can help, you know, release something within them. No, Gemini, like, again, I feel like your higher self tells you all these things, like, don't go near that person's not trustworthy, and you're like, well, I love that person and I can help change them. That's not your responsibility, Gemini. So the only block here I see is you, right? There is someone coming for you. They're the 10 of Cups, they're the 2 of Cups, they're everything. And it's honestly, I feel like when you walk past this door, and the door is, can you trust yourself? And can you trust yourself? And what does that mean? Trusting yourself means, even if you have a lot of love for someone, not giving them any energy or time, because you know that they're not worth it. You know what I mean? They're not. I feel like once you put your respect and your value higher than this person, that's what like helps you walk through the door. Like, your own confidence, your own loyalty to yourself, your own trust in yourself, and also like making sure that your emotions isn't what's going to mess you up in the future, right? So yeah, you have a lot of love for someone, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, is this person respecting you? Is this person good for you? Is this person worth your time? If they check all these boxes where they're reciprocating the energy you give to them, they're loyal, they're trustworthy, you know, you give them time, they give you the same time back in return, if not more. If they don't check all those boxes, then you already know that you're not supposed to be around them, right? So I feel like for Gemini, don't believe in yourself, work on your solar chakra, confidence. This was all about confidence. If you could have that confidence in yourself, and also trust yourself, and just honestly, if anyone doesn't tick off those boxes, don't let your emotions lead before logic. And I feel like you can have everything. You have everything coming towards you. Like, holy shit, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Star. And you have another 10 here. So you have a 10 and a 10. So you're about to embark on this new beginning. And the only thing that can stop you right now is yourself. So be wise, Gemini, with who you give your time to. Okay? Let's pull some advice. So Gemini, you have embraced in between flamingo spirit number 26, making an 8. I feel like this is where you're always in between the sword and your emotions, right? And I feel like, again, here you have the swords and your emotions. You have Cup versus sword energy. Here you have Cup versus Wand energy, Cup versus Pentacle energy. So the big block here, and then you have Yamoja, right? The goddess of all that flows. I'm an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. I feel like your mojo wants to tell you that it's not about, the cup is a gift, right? The cup is a gift. And some people use the cup the wrong way to manipulate you, to make you do things that are unfair, to say they love you when they really don't, they use this cup the wrong way. And I feel like she's saying, like, those people will be punished. Like, karma's a bitch, right? And you have the gift of deciphering. Like, you already have been on both ends of the spectrum where people have played you, people have used you, people have, treated you unfairly. And now the only person doing you a disservice is you. Because you're the only one, like, you're the only one who knows what's best for you, and you're the only one who knows when someone's being legit or not. I feel like you know all this. Like, this is stuff that you know already. You've learned these lessons. So the last step here is to believe in yourself and to trust yourself and trust the energy coming for you. Maybe you're going to be tested, right? I'm telling you a 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups is coming. I'm telling you, like, the ultimate love is coming your way once you start to believe in yourself, and once you start to, not let emotions be the end of you, right? Like, being more logical sometimes instead of, working with the heart, working with the brain, right? Not giving people 20 chances to do something. If they didn't do it right the first time, well, then that's it, right? Like, I feel like maybe you might have some sort of test coming up where, you have 2 people coming in, and one of them, like, how do you decide? Do you decide with your heart, or do you decide with your brain, right? I feel like you might, honestly, I feel like there might be a challenge coming for you because you have this coming up. And I feel like stop being in between, right? Sometimes you might love a person, you might have so much love for them, but they're just not right for you, right? Or they don't do what you need them to do, or they're just not enough for you, right? There's a lot of ways that this can go. But Gemini, the cup was meant to always be a gift. It was never meant to be used the way that people use it now. That cup, that love energy was never meant to be manipulated. And I feel like you've met a lot of people who have manipulated that energy and have been unfair to you and have used you, and they just don't want to see that anymore. You shouldn't allow that anymore. Stop being disloyal to yourself. Stop putting love in front of, like, what's right for you. Okay? Like, that's what they want you to know. So I do feel like something really big is coming in for you. But it's only if you can, again, maybe there's a test before it. You guys have to be smart. And I feel like you guys, it's the end of, like, having, emotions be the reason why you let someone back in. So again, just always remain loyal to yourself. I feel like your mojo, she's more upset than you are about the people who have tried to use you in your life, and, like, exploit you and saying it was done out of love. Like, this is all bullshit. Nothing like that would ever be done out of love. Like, love is pure, and people's intentions and the people you've been dealing with who've been saying they love you and, they care about you, I feel like it's all, if they're using you or taking advantage of you, then that's obviously not true. And I feel like you've been on that harsh end of the spectrum, but now a real one's coming in. And I feel like maybe you might have a test between 2, or maybe you just have to learn to see it the right way now, right? Because you've been used to seeing it the wrong way. So now it's like the right one might be coming in, and they want you to be ready for it. But again, always have your guard up, and always I feel like this is like sometimes logic has to win over the heart, So yeah, Gemini, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time.